What's up, triathletes? Coach Dale Sanford here with BPC Performance Coaching. Wanted to give you a quick rundown of the 2024 Memphis and May Olympic Triathlon course. There will be a separate video for the sprint distance course. This is for the longer Olympic distance event. Shelby Farms. Couldn't ask for a better venue for a triathlon. It is probably the nicest venue that I've ever raced in. I am biased here, but I've raced all over the country, and this is by far the nicest, most convenient, most spectator-friendly venue that I've come across. So, real quick, we'll jump into the basics of the transition area and the swim course. Let me get this a little bigger here. Perfect. All right, so transition area is going to be around this amphitheater. This box right here is your transition area. So you are going to come down here, rack your bike in the morning. You will rack the rear wheel of your bike, and you will rack them in opposite directions to the person next to you. Once you make your way down to the swim start, everybody will be in number order. It will be a time trial start, and we'll go off about every 3 seconds. So you see where the green dot is. The start will more than likely be a little more right directly behind the amphitheater here. You will walk out on a big concrete ledge. And as a precaution, I will say, make sure that you don't dive in too early. There will normally be a cone and or a person designating the end of that ledge, but the water is no more than about 10 inches deep until you get off that ledge, and then it drops off pretty quick. So I would not dive in too early. If you do dive in, make sure that you are right on that ledge when you do dive in, and dive shallow. The first and the last buoy on the race course will be the only two that you keep on your left. The rest of the buoys will be on your right side. So you jump in, you're going to take this one. It's really short. You can sometimes you almost dive as far as the buoy. So quick left turn, and then you're going to come down toward the FedEx Center, and you're going to take a right turn, another quick right turn, and you're going to be coming back with buoys on your right, islands on your left. And then you're going to get out here to this turn, take another right, and then you're coming back in. I will say you're probably going to want your mirrored lenses, because coming back in this section, generally as the sun comes up, it's going to be pretty bright. So mirrored lenses are recommended. Last turn here is a left turn, and you're going to swim all the way back into that concrete ledge. I recommend you swimming until your hand hits that ledge, and you can pull yourself up on it. It comes up pretty quick. Once you're up on the ledge, you can run out of the water, no problem. And you're going to run into transition, do your thing, get your bike, and then you will be going out this year. We will be leaving transition, going toward the FedEx Center on this bike path over here. You will be leaving this direction here. So I will hopefully quickly jump over to the bike course. Yeah, there we go. So, new bike course. We've had some issues with road construction. There's been 4 or 5 different renditions. I believe this is the best one yet. And arguably, in my opinion, the fastest Memphis and May bike course that we've had since moving to Shelby Farms. So you'll be excited about that. Zoom in a little bit here. So as I stated, you're going to be leaving on the bike course down this bike path here, going toward the FedEx Center, but when you get to this T in the road, you are going to take a left up the hill. It is a steep hill, but it is very short. So I would recommend being in your small chain ring until you get up over this hill, and it's gradual up all the way till about the playground. So I would recommend starting in your small chain ring and then climbing that section, and then getting into bigger gears during this downhill right here. So you're going to go out of the north part of the park. You're going to take a right on Mullen Station, and it's just going to bend around. This is not actually a turn. It's just a bend in the road. We like to change our roads and road names at random here in Memphis. So we've done that here at Mullen Station and Raleigh-LaGrange. And then magically, as you come down here, also not a turn, it turns into Trinity Road. So you got a three-peat right there. So this is all pretty good pavement. We're coming down here, I'm going to take a right turn onto Germantown Parkway. This is where the course starts to differ from previous years. You're going to come down Germantown Parkway and you're going to take a right onto the ramp onto Walnut Grove. Now, I will say Walnut Grove's pavement is not the best in some spots. You will want to keep your head up. There are some pretty deep potholes here and there, but overall there's always a good line as long as you're looking for it. So may want to just keep your head up on Walnut Grove. Going west on Walnut Grove from Germantown Parkway is a pretty fast section. It's flat as a pancake, maybe even gradual down all the way going past the park. And then you're going to go off the ramp and then jump onto Humphreys, which is also Wolf River, Humphreys, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, we like to change names. So you're going to jump onto Wolf River here and come down all the way to Kirby Parkway. So this also flat as a board. It's going to be fast. All right, we're going to take a U-turn at Kirby Parkway, and you're going to be coming back in the right-hand lane, coming down back onto Walnut Grove. This is a ramp right here as well. It's all very fast. I mean, this is the fastest section of the course by far. I will note that once you get onto Walnut Grove the first time, you are going to stay in the right lane. Stay in the right lane so that you can get off the ramp over here, take this left turn, and you will stay in the left lane here. So coming down Wolf River, you'll be in the left lane so you can take this U-turn, and then we'll have police directing you back to the right lane so you can come back onto Walnut Grove. So this was the safest place to change lanes right here. So done. So you're going to be coming bombing Walnut Grove east now. When you get to Germantown Parkway, it does go up and over the bridge here. So there's a little bit of an incline there. And then you'll fly down this section right here, or this section right here, and then it goes back up toward Walnut Bend here. And then when you pop over this little hill, you're going to come flying down this section all the way to Forest Hill, Irene, and you're going to take a right. Forest Hill Irene basically climbs, it's about 3/4 of the way to the end of the road is slight uphill. It's just kind of a grindy uphill. And then you'll get a fast little downhill into the U-turn. And then yes, you do have to climb kind of back out of this, but you'll pop over that and fly down this section all the way back to the left turn. This is a light and there will be police here putting you back into the right lane coming back on Walnut Grove. So left turn here will be super wide open and safe, and you'll be in the right lane coming back on Walnut Grove. Again, it kind of comes up and over a couple of rollers here, and then you get a fast downhill past Walnut Bend, and then you're going to have to come up and over the rollers here, or up over the bridge here, Germantown Parkway. And then when you get back onto Walnut Grove, once again, it is fast. So we are bombing all the way back into the park. We're going to take a right hand on Farm Road. Be a little cautious here. This right hand turn can have some gravel. It'll be cleaned up, but you know, over number of bikes and people rolling through it, it could have a little gravel in that turn, and it is slightly back on itself. So Farm Road, flat. You're going to come all the way up to the park entrance on Farm Road, take your right turn into the park, and you got just a couple more rollers to deal with coming into the park. They're short, very good roads. There are a few speed bumps on this section, so watch out for those. You can avoid them by going down the middle of them. and then you will come into transition. I'm going to zoom here. Right past the visitor center, you're going to take a right onto the bike path, and you're going to roll right down into transition, and there will be a dismount line somewhere around here. All right, let's jump over to the run course. So you will be coming out the same way that you left out on the bike. You will go out on the run so that you don't tangle up with people coming in on the bike. So, but once you're out of transition, you are going to be going counterclockwise on the path that's along the lake. So a little bit windy path. Make sure you are running tangents to take the shortest distance around this windy path. This is flat as a pancake for the first 2 miles here. And then when you get to, you're going to pass, this is still very flat. You're passing the FedEx centers over here. And then we kind of get almost back to the amphitheater, and you're going to take a right, hard right, up a slight hill onto the same path you left out on the bike. You're going to then run up the hill that you left on the bike. It is short, it is steep. You know, it's at the end of a race. It'll hurt a little bit, but it's a good part of the course. Practice pushing backwards, going up that hill to maximize leg extension, and you'll be fine. Top of the hill, taking a left, you'll cruise down a little bit, a little recovery here, and then you will jump on the Chickasaw Trail, also going counterclockwise. So that's about mile 3. So Chickasaw Trail is rolly. Once you get on it, I would say first section's flat. Once you get up around the playground until right around the cross-country course back over in here, it is a bit rolly, but it's all the hills back there are very short and gradual, nothing super steep. So this section through about mile 4, maybe just a little after mile 4, you will go through some rollers, but the beauty is from 4 point something until almost, I would say this is probably 5.7, 5.25 is perfectly flat. And so whatever energy you put into these hills, you can get back on it and recover on this back section and pull back some time here. Once you cross Pine Lake, there's a steep downhill right here. You'll gain some speed on it. And then the worst hill of the course is right here after you take a left back onto Great View Drive to the top of the hill here. This is it's not long, it's not hard, it's just at the end of the race, and it hurts a little bit more because of it. So do your best. I always tell my athletes that the end of their race is the top of this hill, because once you hit the top of this hill, you are going to fly down this hill. It is steeper. Just let your legs turn over. You're going to fly down the hill, take a right turn back on the bike path that is super flat, and you will fly. Once you hear everyone at the finish line, you're going to fly into the finish. So punch it to the top of this hill and then crank it on in. So that is your Memphis in May Olympic triathlon course. We will be out at the race. If you have any questions, Coach Heather or myself will be out there. And yeah, we look forward to meeting you and having a great race day.